Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Share me out. Let's get some more people in here tonight. Monday nights, I just do talking about coins, helping those who are beginners learn what to collect, what to do, what not to do. And last week, we talked about what you needed to start coin collecting. Again, welcome in, everyone. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and that bell so you can be notified anytime I go live. How are you guys tonight? So I got some pretty cool stuff into tonight, but we'll put it up here. Just kind of, you can kind of look at it like this. Also bidding on an auction right now too. So anyway, we talked about last week what you needed to begin coin collecting. So you needed coins, you needed scope, you needed scale, you needed a book to kind of give you values of what to look for and things like the diameter of the coin, books that kind of gives you that kind of information. So we'll give it some more time for some more people to come in before I get started. And if you guys have any questions, please put it in the chat below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. This is a pretty cool piece right here. I just picked that up today. Hey, Bersinger, how are you? Glad to see you. If you guys had any packages with me last week, they did go out, but give it time to send tracking to your emails. Hey, Chu, welcome in. Glad to see you guys tonight. But that was a Civil War token I was showing you guys. It's got a couple more up there, but they're kind of pricey. And they're well worth it, though, for the price. Because these are excellent pieces. All right, you guys. Give it a few more minutes, a few more seconds, actually. And then I'm just going to go right ahead and get started. And those of you that are new, that are watching in the background or just coming in, if there's any questions that you have, please feel free to put it in the chat. So some of the things that we ask that, well, we don't ask, but you should, as a coin collector, own are the scope, the microscope, because you want to look for errors. The other thing is the loop. You definitely want a loop. It's something that you could throw in your pocket or put on a necklace or something so you don't lose it and you always have it on you. A scale, the reason why you need a scale is because each and every single coin that you get has a very specific weight to it. And that weight will help determine, not always, but for the most part, will help determine whether or not that coin is a fake or if it's real. But you also got to keep in mind the grade of the coin, because the lower the grade, the more wear there is, and the more loss there is to the coin and the content, the composition of the coin. So the book gives you MS70, what it should weigh at MS70, and that's all the further it goes. Can anybody that is not new to the coin collecting tell me what that allowance is for the weight? Like, is it a plus or a minus? What that specific weight is that a coin should be within? Might ask this later too. Might be a giveaway. .01. Awesome, Kanye. Or Kane, sorry. Kane, I always say Kanye. Oh my gosh, don't kill me. But you're right. It's 0.1. Each grade that you go down it is 0.1 allowance. So if it was 70, let's say the coin weighs 76.5, which no coin does, thank God. That would be a pretty heavy coin to weigh. But if it was an MS70 and that weight was 76.5, that's what it should be if that's what it looks like, is a 76.5 coin. So let's just say this coin looked like it was an MS70 and it weighed 76.5. Or let's say you got a coin that says it's an MS70, but it looks like, let's see if I have another coin here to use. An MS70 is a grade that PCGS, NGC, and all other grading company uses to give a numerical value to the coin as to where it is on the scale and where it is worth. So give me a second. I'm trying to find a worn down coin. I don't really have any worn down coins. Maybe I do. No, those aren't worn down. Actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey, Found It Buried. How are you? So if this is saying that this coin right here is MS70 and it was 76.5 grams is what it should weigh, and I put it on the scale and then it comes out at 76.5, but then it looks like, and they're saying it looks like this right here. We'll use this. This is as an example because this is better condition. And then we have this coin right here, but it's saying it's an MS70. It should be weighing 76.5, but it shouldn't have all this wear on it. So if it's an MS70, we automatically know that person has sold you something that's not what it's worth, and or put a fake in there. Or let's say they're saying it's an MS70, and you put it on the scale, and it's supposed to weigh 76.5, and it is on the scale showing up at 35.2. You know the coin is a fake. So that's where I should have went with that. Kind of messed that one up. But anyway, but if you get a coin that's worn down like this, Mr. Doughboy, you're a fake. You are not a fake, Mr. Doughboy. So let's say we have a coin like this and it's worn down and we put it on the scale and it seems to be 20 to 30% off on the weight, but it's probably a extra fine, maybe a little bit less, maybe down in the 10s or 11s. And we put it on the scale and it's a little off on the weight and it seems a little light. You got to make up for that wear. So the rule of thumb is 0.1% plus or minus going down the scale. So now this coin right here won't weigh that 76.5 grams. It would weigh now probably about maybe a 56.8 because of all the wear. That's some things to keep in mind. With wear, you lose composition, you lose a lot of alloy and metal. It kind of gets rubbed off with time. So that's why you need a scale. So that way you can determine whether or not what you have, and for the grade that it is, whether or not it is a fake. The loop, though, is to help you look for errors. Can we find an error on this coin? Probably not. That's an old one. It's it's a constitutional. Anyway, that's why you need those tools. So now we got to figure out what kind of coins you guys want to collect. Most of you guys that are in here right now, you already collect coins. You already know what you love collecting. But for the new ones, they may not have an idea of what to collect. So maybe you guys could put in the chat the type of things you collect for coins. Very good point, Found It Buried. There is too many ways to even try to explain how people can sell fake coins. Just remember, number one rule, if the deal is too good, it probably is fake. No coin seller will sell a rare coin for cheap or underpriced. Very good point. But let's just say you didn't have that coin dealer and you just didn't know anything about coins. So this is where I'm coming from on this point. But he does have a really good point, you guys. So I'll put that up there. If it's too cheap for what you see it in the book for, then I would get it verified before you even buy it. Because usually they are fakes. Or unless you're like me and you get the coins and you really don't do the research and you just throw them up for sale, like I've done quite a few times in the past, and sold them for way too cheap. Way too cheap. Have I got a deal for you? And what is that, Captain Perry? You got cookies? I need cookies. I'm hungry. But at least I ate before I came on. I got a deal for you. Hey, Anna, I'm crazy. Glad to see you. So can you guys, the ones that have been collecting for a while, can you guys put in the chat what kind of things you collect? Like what kind of coins? So the newbies can kind of get an idea, because some of them are just starting to get into coin collecting and have no idea. Hey, see Happy Chappy, glad to see you. Okay, Carrie Z, glad to see you as well. And kind of give them an idea of the type of coins to collect, or from what you collect. I know Morgans are very popular pieces, and determining what you want to collect in your coin collection will determine how much you're going to be spending. These are all my new coins, you guys, by the way. I just got them in today, just opened them up just before I went live. 3 seconds before I went live. So, see, Happy Chappy just collects the Constitutional mostly. I collect mainly, I kind of have a very diverse collection, but mainly it's the commemoratives, the cat bust, and the Isabella quarters. That's basically all I really collect. Absolutely found it buried. Some of them are doing that right now. So he advises that you start out with the pennies, because you're not going to lose a hell of a lot. And if you do, you weren't thinking smart. But with pennies, you can actually start with your change. Start with your change pocket. Go through the stuff. Go through your coins. Look for errors. So you started out with mainly metal detecting, and then the coins came in after. That's a good way to get started. Constitutional carry. Oh my gosh, I'm talking like you're prepping, being preppers. That's a whole different class, you guys. We won't get into that one. Prepping can go so many different ways. But coins do kind of tie into that a little bit. Coins, silver, gold, precious metals, numismatics. There's many different reasons why people collect. Some of them is for investments. Some of them is for when the SHTF happens. Some of them is just because they like what they got. They don't care about the returns. They like what they got. Mr. Doughboy, no, you didn't. And some people just want to be prepared, so when the zombies come in your backyard, and you need to run quick, and there's still people that don't have the zombies yet, you have the money to trade off and get the heck out of there. Get the heck out of Dodge. Hey, Jack, how are you? Glad to see you. So, see, my kids, they kind of have this little jar right here, and they go through it. And they were like, "Oh, Mom, I think I found something," and then they give it to me to look at. So that's how I do my coin searches. Oh, see, there's trine metal detecting. Oh, sorry, trine. You found an 1852 trine and an 1882 O Morgan. That's an awesome find, though. That really is. Okay, Carrie Z. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate your support. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. Show my channel some love. Show me some love. Because I have a video coming out about something here recently that occurred. So you guys want to pay attention for that as well. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified anytime I go live. So yes, you got to determine what you're going to collect. Are you going to collect state quarters? Are you going to collect mainly numismatics, older coins, or numismatics, newer coins, and modern coins? Thank you, Carrie Z. I will put you on that list. I appreciate you. Where did my list go? There it is. And I think that actually popped up that you shared me out. So I gotcha. And it did. Thank you so much, Carrie Z. See, some are definitely older coins. Some are more modern coins. A lot of the younger generation is collecting more of the modern coins because they seem to be so much more cooler to them. And it's much more easier for them to understand because, you know, you got Captain America, like this one right here. You got Superman. You got Yoda. And these are the kind of things that they like. Found it buried? No, I didn't. Did you share me out? Yeah, you didn't. It didn't show up, but here we are. Got you on that list again. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, for everybody else, it popped up quickly, but Carrie Z for some reason popped up like immediately. As soon as she came back in, I was like, yeah, I already got the notification. Thank you. Because it will notify me if you put like at Dollz Dolly on the on your community tab. It will pop up that somebody shared me out. But for some reason, it didn't say that for you, George. Welcome in, Jay's Mix. The older generations do tend to like numismatics, and if you're in between the older and the newer generation, you kind of like a mix of both. And I'm right there in the middle. I kind of like the mix of both. But mainly, I do like the older ones. So if you see that I get stuff like this, you may not get a chance to get your hands on them because I usually throw them in my collection. What? I love my cat bus. Those are my favorite. So as a coin collector, you got to determine what you're going to collect. Now, each coin, whether you collect it for the eye appeal, you got to determine if you're going to collect for eye appeal or if you just like the coin or you like the history behind the coin because you never know where that coin has been. You got to determine whether you're going to do it because you want to invest into it and get a return on it later on in life. These are things that you have to take into to consideration. Oh, I have a huge collection here. This is not even half of it. All kinds of cool coins. I just put the coins up because we're doing coin chat. He did buy most of them. Well, what he knows that I had, he bought. Every found coin does have a story. Like, what were they doing in this area? What was the history with metal detecting? This is the kind of things that you have to put in your mind. What was the history like in this area? Was there wars going on? Was there a lot of people living here, but now there's not a lot of people living here? Was there like glass bottle hunters too? There's history. They got to be able to figure out where that history is to find those collections to pull out those bottles that are worth a lot of money. Somebody just sent me something here. Oh, never mind. I know who it was. You just picked up another one? Those are pretty cool coins. I was going to get a roll and break them down and sell them to the American people here. I am in the United States. For those of you that don't know that, I am in Ohio. I was going to pick up a roll of those toonies, the black ring toonies, and break them down, and that way people can put those in their collection. But yes, with metal detecting and hunting glass bottles and stuff like that, there's history behind why those things were made, why those things are there, who made them, who designed them. There's all kinds of history, and especially with coins and metal detecting, you do find a lot of precious metals. You do find a lot of coins. Maybe not the jackpot, but you do find some cool stuff. Are you from Ohio too, Jay? Awesome to meet you too, Jays. So anyway, then you got to understand that when you purchase these coins as a beginner, is it something you're going to hold on to forever? Because if not, you're probably going to want to work out where you get bargains and deals on it. So that way you can at least get a little bit of your return of what you spend on the coins. Hey, you guys, on the 25th, Rose Dragon Coins. Oh, yeah, that's right. She is having her fundraiser auction. Yeah, you put the link in there. All right, thank you. Okay, you're not from Ohio. That's okay. You're from Canada. So, anyway, you got to determine what you're willing to spend. Also, you need to make a budget. Stay within that budget as much as possible. If you can't buy something that's really expensive and something like you're collecting, like let's take this for example, this might cost you $1,000. I'm only using this as an example. That's not what this cost. Born and raised in Ohio. See, happy chappy. So was I. Born and raised in Ohio. Let's say this costs $1,000 and you can't afford it right now, but maybe you saved up money and bought it later. That's stuff you can do when you're doing coin collecting, but it doesn't always mean that when you go back, it's going to be there. So you got to be careful because some things people snatch up quick and fast. So you got to be aware of that with what you collect in your coin collection as well. Morgan's is one of them. What's budget, Nash? Well, Nash, it's one of those things where you have to put a limit on. But a budget is like I was just saying, it's a limit that you put on what you spend per week for coins if that's what you want to do, or per month for coins if that's what you want to do. The other thing you got to determine is whether or not you're going to collect raw coins, which means stuff like this, or if you're going to collect graded coins, which means stuff like this, whether it be that's ANAX, PCGS, and NGC. And each one of them does have a price difference. Or if you're going to determine whether or not what you find, you're going to send in and get graded. But you've got to be knowledgeable on how to grade your coins because that will determine whether or not it's worth sending in. So see Happy Chappy likes his raw. Some people like theirs graded. Some people like a mix, and I happen to be one of those. Yeah, so that is the hard part, is spend only what you feel is that you can afford. Buying coins can be very, very addicting. Absolutely. He says, always be sure you can make a profit just in case of hard times. Yeah, you want a little bit of a cushion. Also, with coins, too, the older coins, they tend to keep climbing in value, especially the more they become scarcer. The newer coins, not so much right away, but eventually they will with time. So there is they give a number on the years that you should keep modern coins before they really start jumping in value, and that's between 10 to 15 years, at most 20. You see, I like them all too, because like there are some coins I won't sell you guys, but I'll show you that I have them. Like the Cookie Monster coin is mine. I love that one. Oh, the 1856 Flying Eagle. You know, I used to have some flying. In fact, I think I have some Flying Eagles. Just picked those up. But that 1856, that one's a hard one. So if anybody has any questions regarding coin collecting, maybe something they would like to share that they learned as they were collecting coins, please feel free to do it in the chat. You found an 1858. Oh, wow. Those are pretty cool coins. I got one and change once when I was growing up, and I didn't think it was an actual coin until my dad saw it. And he's like, oh, that's a Flying Eagle. Don't spend that. And being young, I didn't understand what he meant. I was only maybe 6, 7 years old. You buy what you like. So also, too, as a coin collector, if you're getting into collecting coins, you have to determine what it's worth to you. So if that coin seems to be a little price more than what you want to spend, then you just wait until you find one that's within your price range. Nothing wrong with that. Or maybe it's a coin that's very hard to come by and it's a little pricier than what you're willing to go. But you just got to have that coin. There's nothing wrong with paying that price to get your hands on that coin, just as long as they're not ripping you off or taking advantage of you. And welcome in, AG Stacker. So you got to be mindful of that. That's where the Red Book comes in handy. That's where known websites like PCGS and NGC helps you to determine where you should be spending on that coin. Like a CC Morgan, I've been known to spend a few extra dollars on a coin that I love just because I know it's worth it. And eventually I'm going to get my return back on it later anyway. So I will spend extra to get my hands on certain coins. Oh, you had this one? I bet you do. These are really nice coins. I kind of like them. I know certain years are not silver on these. That's the other thing with your coins too. You got to determine whether you're collecting clad, or if you're collecting silver, or if you're collecting proofs, or if you're collecting special editions on coins, stuff like that. Those are things that you need to determine as a coin collector. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. So this chat, I started this chat to talk about coins for those who are newbies, beginners, just learning. And thank you for coming in, Jay's mix. So have a good night. Found a buried. Make sure you bring me some cookies. I'm hungry. I'm always hungry, though. I always wait the last minute to eat. Like, certain coins does have silver, and if you're not certain which coins have silver in them, the Red Book can help you determine that, as well as PCGS. You're going to notice that they are pre-1964, and in the United States, coins have silver in them. Not all coins, because some are copper, like pennies. Nickel does not have silver except for 1942 through, I believe, 43. I do have some half dimes. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, Jays. Tonight's just to talk about coins. I'm not selling tonight. See, I knew I was a little off on my Civil War nickels. Not my Civil War nickels, my World War II nickels. Just kind of think through a lot of the information in my head. Because I don't have no notes. I didn't write no notes down. So when you guys started collecting coins, did you start out collecting plaid or did you start out collecting the silver and the gold? Kind of give my newbies ideas of where to start for themselves. I know Lisa is doing pennies because that's what she inherited from her father, was a collection and a hoard of pennies. And pennies do have a lot of different varieties on them. Wheat pennies, and my dad cracked me up because that's where I learned to say it, and why I say it because it's funny. He calls those wheat pennies buckwheat pennies. So that's where I said it, just because out of the fun with it, I said it too. And it's like somebody's like, it's wheat pennies. I was like, I know it's wheat pennies, but I call it buckwheat. That's because that's what my dad called it, was buckwheats. Okay, so Nash, when you do your roll hunting, are you doing certain things like pennies, nickels, dimes? Are they modern? Or are they older? Because you can do there's typesets, and this is what we would call typesets. It's sort of what Nash is doing. They're books put together with coins from every year with every mint mark on them, like PDS. Some of them can run you some pretty money if you buy them already pre-done. Just pennies. The older pennies or the modern pennies? Yeah, varieties are for those who have a lot of time on their hand. That's what I call it. But if you're really good at what you're looking for, it doesn't take too much time. Like for me, I can look at this penny and say, I don't see nothing abnormal out of the ordinary. There's nothing on it. But you kind of learn those varieties and those errors as you go. It's not something you're going to learn overnight. It takes a lot of learning and researching. So don't feel overwhelmed when you're getting into buying coins. You don't have to look for the errors, especially when you're going through your own pocket change. But looking for that silver is a good way to start too in your pocket change, like from pre-1964, 1964 and before. Yeah, it would hurt my eyes if it was like this tiny all the time. I do better with quarters. I can tell immediately with quarters if there's an error on them. The newer and the older. And the W's, yep. So don't feel overwhelmed when you guys are collecting the coins. Just start out small and then work your way up and learn all the different varieties. And I'll kind of talk about some of that. Welcome in, Jeff. Glad to see you. As we go along, Monday's a setup for the newbies to learn. Also, even older ones are learning something. They can learn something new every day too. So I'm here for you guys as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. I'll do my best to answer it. If I don't know the answer, there is somebody out there that does know the answer that I can get it for you. Like these newer quarters, you can look for the cut errors on them. Reverse imprints. I found this in change the other day. Drummer Boys is another good one to collect when going through your pocket change. This one's a really nice one. Kind of a little wore down on the front, but really nice on the back. I made my dad mad yesterday. He called me and he's like, "Can you look up this penny? It looks really nice, and I want to know what the value of it is." I was like, "Dad, you're going through pocket change. You're playing with little boy coins. You need to get into some more of the bigger boy coins." He's like, "You know what? You're going to be grounded when I come up there." He's like, "You got to have a mixture of the little boy coins and the older boy coins. So stop making fun of me going through my pennies." All right, let's see here. I don't want to get too complicated and too far into talking about coins, especially some of you guys are older. You've been in the coin community for a while. You know what you're looking for. You know what you're doing. But there are some of them in here that do not. And I want to keep it as plain and basic and simple, going in small baby steps for them so they can understand and learn how to do coins and what they're looking for and stuff like that. So bear with me. See, what do you search for on bills? Absolutely, Jeff, they can be. Absolutely. So when you search your bills, what do you look for? Because there's a whole slew of things that you're supposed to look for when you search your bills. Look at that beauty. So when you go through your change, Jeff, and you think you have something worth money, what do you do with it? So they understand too. So you look for the fancy serial numbers like I do, the star notes, the web notes. You should also be looking for the errors, the misprints, the misalignments, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool, Nash. Do you collect the older ones as well, or just the modern? So if you find like you save them all, if you find like an error coin in your change, or you think it's an error coin, have somebody else that's knowledgeable look at the coin with you. And if you're both still certain it's an error coin and you think it might be valuable, send it in and get it graded, because you never know. It may be worth some serious money. There's things too when you're looking at coins is, was it struck on the wrong planchets? Those are worth some money too. Maybe it had the right coin struck on the right planchet, but the wrong die was restruck on it. That can happen as well. So Jeff keeps them all until until he has time to look through them closer. Oh, you have a leaky bucket and a spitting horse. Those are good ones. Those are on the state quarters. So that's why the microscope is very important. That's why I say if you're going to do coin hunting and coin royal hunting, you really need that microscope so you can get closer looks at your coin when you have more time and see if there really is an error on it. Because there is some coins that might be double struck, double die errors. Some of those, again, can be worth some money. So don't just throw your change out and think, oh, there's nothing worth anything in there. Go through it first. Put it off to the side. And when you have time, throw it under the microscope. Yeah, it depends on, is it really, I guess there's a percentage. If it's really bad, like the leaky bucket error is really bad, I would send it in and get it graded because that verifies it. It authenticates it. Exactly, Jeff. You do research, figure out what those coins look like. That's why these coin books don't show every single picture of what each and every single coin looks like. So you have to look it up. Use PCGS, use NGC to look at these coins. Look for the exact year and the mint mark. Study that coin to make sure it looks appropriate. Because if it doesn't seem right, or it does seem right, but there's like errors on it, those are worth money. But if it doesn't seem right at all, then you know it's a fake. That's another way to tell that it's a fake. Like the flowing hair, popular coins can be counterfeited most often, so you have to be careful of that as well. Let's see here. So Morgans are prone to that. Trade dollars are prone to that. Peace dollars are even prone to being counterfeited. Yeah, sending those in will get them authenticated, as that's what they are. They're a quarter, but they also have an error on it. Somebody might be interested in that coin, and PCGS can get you with a buyer maybe, or even help you get it set up through Heritage Auction and get it sold. So wait till you find a few of them to send in. If you send me a message, you as well, it's going to get crazy. Wait a minute. Don't understand that part, but you use PCGS to me is the better of the grading companies. Yeah, ASEs are bad for the fakers too. Absolutely. But PCGS is the better of the companies. But if it's a coin that has a lot of damage and stuff, I've noticed people will send them off to like Annex to get them graded or authenticated because they're cheaper. One, ICG is another company that does it. CAC is supposed to start getting integrating coins. I don't know. I heard something about they're going to do something completely different. I don't know. I think they're going to stick with putting those stickers, the CAC stickers on graded coins. Let's see here. What else is there? There is a lot to learn collecting coins, but once you start learning it, it becomes easier. But you will always continue to learn because there's always new coins being minted. Hey, Adam, welcome in. Glad to see you. There's always new coins being minted, and with new coins come new errors. So you could say though, Annex has been around longer than them, and Door grades coins down 90% of their coins. And I can say this though, Annex has been around longer than them, and grades coins down 90% of the coins. Yeah, they do. Was going through some coins I had before I had interest and found a 1938 Walker. Awesome, Adam. So if there's any newbies in here that has questions, even older ones, if you have questions, feel free to put it in here. We got plenty of people that will help us out, learn. Well, you're right. It is a 5-ounce round quarter. Those are pretty cool to get your hands on, but right now they're kind of expensive. Like the Tiger is the worst right now to get your hands on. You're back, Jack. Welcome back, Found It Buried. This one right here is a 5-ouncer. And I can tell you, this one It's bad. Bad in price. Bad. Right now. It went up. So anyway, there is no other questions. Nobody has anything they want to learn about coins, whether they're newbies or older in the community. Please reach out to me. Put it in the chat. Email me. There's plenty of people that I know that I can get in contact with. We can get you the answer. You just got your 2-ounce Beast Falcon from Golden Cash today. Sweet. This is a nice Morgan, you guys. That one's really beautiful. Oh, crap. I forgot about the auction. Where'd he go? It's not the one. Give me 1 sec. I gotta pull that up while I'm talking to you guys. What time is it end? Texas is how far behind to Eastern Standard Time? Does anybody know? This will end. Doesn't say when it ends. Oh, it's at 8 p.m. Central. 1 hour behind. Okay. All right, got some time. Whew, I was freaking out for a second. So Rex says, "Did you collect poured silver?" So on that, collecting poured silver is a preference. It is also like if you see these little, like right here, these are pretty cool. They are considered art. These, depending on what it is and how complicated the design is, can be worth some money. So, should you collect poured silver? Absolutely. Yeah, I have more than that. I have the T-Rex coming. I got 2 T-Rexes coming. I like collecting other people's poured silver art more than make my own. So, like this right here, this is poured silver. This is by Herman. This right here is by my friend AJ. All right, Adam, let me see. Go and check real quick. Thank you so much for sharing me out. I'll put you on that list. Thank you so much for sharing me out. I appreciate you all that does that. It helps me out. I am also, let's see, where am I at? Yeah, you definitely should, like I said earlier, or if you've been in my chats before, this right here, if you were to go to like JD, Bullion, JM Bullion, these would go for a lot more than what I'm selling them for. Just to get your hands on something this nice. And if you pay attention, there's some countries that are starting to do poured art coins. And I believe Fiji is one of them. Just started that this year. They have a poured Batman coin. So you can imagine what that's going to go for. I was trying to see where I was at on the 1K. So give me a second, you guys. I'm at 823 subscribers, you guys. I need 178 more subscribers to reach 1K. So share me out, invite your friends. You're a poor fat. No, you're not, Adam. So yes, the coin is actually really cool. If I had an example or a picture I could pull up, they don't make it public. Actually, they sold out pretty quick, so I couldn't get my hands on it. But if I had a picture of it, I'll show you that coin. It's really cool. It's Batman with his wings spread out, and he stands about 3 to 4 inches tall. And I think they wanted about $400 or $500 for it from the mint itself. It was really cool. So, but there's all kinds of neat little things. Freaking awesome. I'll put you on that list, my friend. It popped up that you shared me out. Thank you so much. So this right here, he weighs, or she, whatever you want to call it, she weighs about 2.97 ounce troy. So yes, you should definitely collect these pieces because, like I said, some countries are starting to do silver poured coins like this. Sarah from Land. Okay, so it's a she. We can call her Sarah from Land Before Time. Absolutely. All right, Nash. I'll see if I can screenshot that and send that to my email because I don't think you're on my Facebook. AJ did a really awesome job on this piece. You're not grounded freaking awesome. We put you on there so you can win some silver. Don't you want to win some silver? If I reach my 1K by the end of January, you guys, I'm going to have an epic giveaway. But I got to reach that 1K before the end of January. So, Nash, screenshot that and email me that, please, so I can verify that. So, anyway, you guys want to see some of my new coins before I do videos on them? Inexcusable, Mr. Doughboy. He should be on my Facebook, just like everybody else, right? Go join my Facebook, Nash. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Ringmaster Ray. Wait, this one. Yeah. There we go. This one I just picked up. We got this 1878 S Morgan. It's a VM17. Can anybody tell me what the VM17 is on a Morgan? This one's a really beautiful one. I think I got that one out of steel. Oh, here. This is why you can't find my Facebook. You got to look up this name right here. And it shows a little girl with her head bent forward wearing a leopard skin outfit. So a VM17. Nobody knows what a VM17 is. $1K, whatever. You know what I meant. Freaking awesome. You're driving and lurking. Or, okay, don't text and drive. Bowel movement. No, it's not about bowel movement. So another book, you guys, if you're going to get into collecting Morgans that you should get your hands on is called A Variety and Error book. And I happen to have one of those. Thanks to Mr. Sir Gold. You sent a request, I'll add ya. Found ya. There you are. There we go. You're on my Facebook now. So VM17, let's look it up because I think Dizzy Giraffe is correct. That is an 1878S. And I think I'm not going to look through this book. I'm going to look it up the other way because it's quicker for me. And welcome in, Dizzy. And Nash, you're not even blue. Here, let's make you blue. And see Happy Chappy, we'll add him blue too. All right, so a VM17, if I can stay on a page, is the diagonal in the 8, like I said. Dizzy Giraffe was correct. So, and this one does have it. If I get to show up here. Right there. So Van stands for the guy that discovered all these errors on these Morgans. Van Allen Morris. Van. Someone just told me that they can't tag peeps. I'm in a walkie-talkie channel 32. Nice, freaking awesome. Hey, Novice Star, you're not even blue. Let's make you blue now. And Adam is now blue. Hey, Flag City Parts, glad to see you. Let's make you blue. All right, you guys should be blue, so type in the chat again. I feel like a dizzy giraffe. No, I don't. You don't have to talk karate to Chuck Norris. No. VM17. Also, let's see here. That's on the 1886, so that's a different VM17. We are looking for, this is an 1878S, which is that diagonal 8 that you see here. Looks kind of odd and strange. Do I have another 1878 I can compare it to so you guys can see it for the newbies? Let's see if I do. Oh, that's an 1879. That's an 1881, 1884, 1896, 1884. I don't think I do have one. Karate to Chuck Norris. You guys are too funny. So, yeah, that 8 does look kind of weird. This is a really nice Morgan. It really is. This person said it to them in their opinion, because that's all grading really is in somebody's opinion, unless you're PCGS or NGC. It's just an opinion. It's MS65 is what they think this is. This is really nice. And I think, see if I think it's been cleaned. No, it has not been cleaned. But do I think it's an MS65? No, because it has some chatter. Let's show you. This coin has been somewhat circulated, so I don't think it's an MS, maybe an AU. So right there's a spot. That didn't show up very well, did it? There we go. Shows up better. And then on the back, there's another little spot. If you look, it's like right there. And then you have like little scratches here. And then over here, you have like little kind of spotting. Like it's starting to tone. So, yeah. It's a nice coin. I think maybe it's an AU, but not an MS65. But then again, that's just my opinion. Now I'm sorry, yay, finally again that you're blue. VM17, I can't even talk, the diagonal 8, and it's an 1878S. On the Morgans, so Disney doesn't collect the key dates or the semi-key dates. Maybe they should get their butts in gear and start collecting them. Just kidding, Dizzy. So BU means brilliant uncirculated. However, for a coin to be given brilliant uncirculated, there cannot be any kind of marks outside of bag marks on the coin. So BU is brilliant uncirculated. AU is almost uncirculated. MS is mint state. Let's see what other terms do they use. Very fine, very good, which is VF, VG. Extra fine is XF. I'm not going to get into the grading today, but I will start kind of going through some of the grading so you guys can see how it works between different coins. So if you guys have questions, you want to pick up a box of halves, like what kind of halves? The brilliant uncirculated, almost uncirculated. You want used, like well circulated halves. What kind of halves? You want Kennedy halves? You want Benjamin halves? That's a really nice one there. Wait, is that an 1870? No, it's an 1879. Silver halves. We all want the silver. Give me the silver and the gold. Gold is going up, you guys. It's getting ridiculous on the prices. Oh, okay. To do some coin. So Adam, if you want to do something like that, always call ahead to your bank. Inform them you're looking for a box of halves and say that you need it for like change and stuff. That's what I do. That's the only reason why they give it to me. Outside, because I'm also a business and I have a business license, so I can also say if I really, really needed the halves, I need it for my business and they have to give it to me. It's fun going through those halves. Like if you're doing like Kennedy halves, which is the only choice you have right now in today's society, unless you buy them through coin collectors. Keep an eye out for the no FG on the Kennedys, but it cannot even remotely look like there was an FG on the Kennedy for it to be worth anything. Remaster Rain, no sir, that is not true. Yeah, just re-roll them. Some makes will not take back the change if you don't roll them, unfortunately. This is an 1878. Are you looking at the right one? It's an S. Here, I'll show you. It's an S. That's a different VM17 for an S. Let's see. Lisa, you missed a half of the show. You're going to go back and watch it, though. It's okay. That stupid notification bell, let me tell ya. So there you go. It's an S. Maybe my camera doesn't want to focus this time around. Yeah, absolutely, Adam. If you want to, just let me know. I'm more than glad to bring you up for a live. If you want to do something like that. If the D. Oh, okay. So look at the D and dollar on that Morgan. Let's see. If the D is polished down, it's a VM17. The 18 is the spaghetti wing. I don't think it has the spaghetti wing, though. No spaghetti wing. It does have a little polish down on the D, though. Here, see if I can show you. Doesn't look normal. There you go. And by the way, welcome in, Lisa. Glad to see you finally. Ringmaster Way, right. I haven't made them yet. I'm working on it. Somebody was supposed to be working on it for me, and he has not gotten back to me on it. I have the figure to do them with. I got the 3D printed figure. Hey, Lester, welcome in. Glad to see you. These are definitely beauties, Lisa. So it does have that little... The 8 kind of looks... I don't know. It does have the 8 where it's a little diagonal, like Dizzy Draft said. But that D also looks like what you're talking about, too. I'll have to look at the Variety and Error book a little closer. Well, I may have to have you make them for me, Ringmaster Ray, if you don't mind. And tell me what it costs so I can pay you. They'll probably weigh about 3 ounces. I also have these, the 3D printed mold of my channel. I'm doing a channel coin, but I'm making my own. I want to attempt that this summer and see what happens. Okay, Dizzy, thanks for coming in. Go feed your kids. And have a good night, and thanks for coming in, by the way. All right, you guys. Might come back up in a little bit. Might do some selling. Might get these right here, these cool little pieces sold that I picked up today besides that VM17. That one's going into my collection. The Silver World token, I may send it in and get it graded before I sell it. The Booker T Washington, I might just sell it just the way it is. And the other 2 Morgans, I may just sell them tonight. So, may come up around, if I do it, probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock, just so I make sure I get through that auction that I'm doing right now. So, with that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Glad you guys came in. Ringmaster Ray, stop complaining and share me out. Look in the Liberty. For a die break that is the key to the VM17. Key to the VM17, the VM66. That VM was discovered by a dealer that showed me how to hunt VMs. Liberty, where is that at? On the front. Oh man, that's gonna be. I'm gonna have to throw that under a microscope to see that. Yes, let's not be selfish, Ray. You gotta share me. What is it again? Look for a die break. That is it this the headpiece, Liberty? The crown? Yeah, that's the only place where Liberty is. Because I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Because I wasn't too familiar with that VM17, so. But I knew. Yes, you got to share me, Ringmaster Ray. You can't keep me all to yourself. 3 sound mounted berry. Flag City parts. You probably have to message me because I'm not. Maybe take a picture of it. Because going through my variety book, you'll buy it for $1, right, Lester? Tony, I might be coming back on later on tonight, so probably around 9 o'clock, 9:30, if I do. So pay attention for the live tonight if I come on. If not, I'll be on tomorrow. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I gotta prepare for that auction, finish out that auction. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming in. Share me out with your friends, your neighbors, your uncles. I'm trying to get to that 1K. Also, if you're new to my channel, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified anytime I go live. With that being said, you guys, have love for one, friendships for many, and of course, blessings for all. Have a good night.